Here is Breaking Bad, Episode 15, Season 5, or Episode 7, Part 2 of Season 5, titled Granite State, the second last episode of the series. This show has always been about pride, the ups and downs of this very deadly sin. Pride is probably, arguably, the most deadliest of the deadly sins because it can do the most harm. People would say greed could be the deadly sin, but pride is the greatest sin of our time, and this is really the first show to explore the deadly sin of pride. Walter White always wanted to build an empire, and maybe arguably, especially in the Western world, many of us always wanted to build an empire. Gray Matter comes back from season 1 and it comes full circle, and it kind of sets us off to the final episode. Gray Matter was the business that he co-founded with his two partners that has gone global, is worth billions of dollars, that Walt left through his own pride. If Walt just took the charity of his old partners from season 1, then all would be fine in the world. So many lives would be saved. Jesse would probably be in prison, but he'd be a lot better off than he is now. Of course, the plane crash, everything. He would have recovered from cancer. He would have been working for them again. He'd probably be doing some science, probably enjoying himself a little bit. But financially, their family would be fine. He'd know his son a little bit more, help his son out when he goes to university, help his new daughter out. Skylar would be okay. But of course not. That's not what the show is. The show is a choice that Walter White made through pride. He didn't want to take the charity of his old partners because he thought he was worth more. So it was never about his family, as he keeps saying time and time again. This is all, I did this for you, I did this for my family. It was all about him being somebody that worthwhile. In the end, when his old partners say on the TV show on Charlie Rose, when he's talking in the bar, Walter White has given up, he says that he had nothing to do with the corporation. That's when he snaps. That's when you see that face on Bryan Cranston's face playing Walter White, where he snaps because it's all about pride. He almost gave up, but his pride has kept him alive. His pride has forced him to run away. His pride has kept him alive in that cabin in the woods in New Hampshire, because he can't die. Even though he was about to give up and die, he can't die because he has two choices to make. Either die in the woods or die in a hail of a messy gunfire. And at least the messy gunfire will be about something. At least the messy gunfire will be reported and he will be worth something. So what does he do? Walter White is coming back. We see in the flashbacks, in the future flashbacks, that we know that we're all caught up now. Season 5 started where Walter White's in the Denny's, and he's got the gun and he's going on a blaze of fire. And even the creator, Vince Gilligan, says he wanted this show to be about Mr. Chips turning into Scarface. And Scarface ended his run in a messy gunfire with the same machine gun that Walter White has. So what's going to happen? Jesse is just getting worse and worse and worse. Talk about the arc that this character has gone through. And he's kidnapped by the Nazis. He's cooking for them. And then you're watching Andrea die, this victimless person die by Todd, who is a total sociopath. And it's just funny how Todd, even talking to Jesse when he's got him locked up, like how they're like thinking that they're like friends or like partners in what they're doing. Like, Todd is one of the more interesting characters to come along. And remember, he just started in season 5 Breaking Bad. Just a little side note because the last episode's coming up. AMC has done some great work, of course, right? They have 3 landmark hit shows on their hands. They got Mad Men, of course, The Walking Dead, and Breaking Bad. 3 very different shows as well. But talk about the mishandling of Breaking Bad and the contract situation with Vince Gilligan, the creator. Vince Gilligan wanted 26 episodes. He wanted season 5 and season 6. He wanted season 5 to be 13 episodes and season 6 to be 13 episodes. He had the same conclusion. It just that it would have been stretched out a bit more, and we would have had more of a definition of what was truly happening. But AMC balked. They wanted 16 episodes. That's why season 5 was split with 16 episodes. And they're doing the same thing with Mad Men. In their last 2 seasons, they're splitting up the last season. Instead of giving them 13 episodes, they're giving them 7 episodes one year, 7 episodes the next year. Talk about the money they lost with this stupid decision that they made and this mishandling of the decision that they made. Maybe they were scared that it was like going to be too much for them because it was so going to be so dark. Maybe they were right in the long run. Maybe if they stretched it out, it would have been so dark and so doomy that they couldn't. Us audience members would just be turned off by it. But all we know is that it's going to be a ratings bonanza when the final episode comes, and I can't wait what's going to happen because there's so many choices that they could make, and all I know is that there's going to be a gunfire. Jesse's going to kill Todd, hopefully, and Walt will probably die, or maybe he's going to go after the Grey Manor people. You never know. That's my 2 cents.